Hello. What is everyone saying? Wherever you are, wherever you're watching, if you're at home, over in the Calvin Gallery, hi, or on a beach somewhere sunny like the Caribbean, I would like to welcome you to this welcome address. My name is Sam Malice, and I am this year's Vice President of Student Activities at the Students' Representative Council, and I will be the host for this event today. Now, as I look in front of me here, in a normal year, this majestic hall would be filled to the brim with new students, with our lovely freshers helpers above me in the balconies. Obviously, the last year and a half has brought its challenges and its changes to the way we live our lives. But as we move towards a new normal, new opportunities open up and present themselves. And for many of you watching this is the moment where they start to materialize. I sat in this very hall 4 years ago. I remember I was just over there, freshly out of sixth form, moving all the way from South London up here to Scotland. Something that I thought would never happen. At first, it was a culture shock. I wasn't used to having strangers on the bus randomly make conversation with me, or seeing the sun go down at 3 p.m. on a winter's afternoon. But here I am, having lived and experienced that here at Glasgow, that I would not trade for a single thing. I know that some of you watching this may have not had the university experience you've expected, but here at the University of Glasgow, we pride ourselves in having a full student body experience and structure. And we all aim to do the best to recreate the university experience as we cross these uncertain times. We are proudly represented in this room by the 4 student bodies and their brilliant helpers. Representing one of our 2 student unions in the pink shirts is the QMU, the Queen Margaret Union. In the green, we have the Onion, the GUU, the Glasgow University Union. In the yellow, we have our mates from GUSA, the Glasgow University Sports Association. And of course, I have to save the best for last, my Blue Army from the SRC. The presidents of each student body will talk to you all and introduce themselves, in addition to the principal, Professor Sir Anton Muscatelli, the Rector, the Right Honourable Rita Ray, the Chaplain, Caroline Kelly, and the Chancellor, former Olympian Dame Catherine Granger. Right, I would like to introduce you all to our very first speaker of the afternoon, the Principal and Vice-Chancellor of the University of Glasgow and former Chair of the well-known Russell Group of Universities, Professor Sir Anton Muscatelli. Please welcome him onto the stage.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Sam, for that great introduction. It's really great to hear about the many exciting activities planned this week by the SRC and the other student bodies, the GUU, the QMU and GUSA, and the opportunities for all of you to get involved. For me, it's a real privilege to welcome you to the University of Glasgow. And this year, as you said, Sam, I'm particularly delighted to be able to welcome you in person on campus, albeit with some restrictions in place to keep everyone safe. And can I offer a special welcome to those of you who are new to Scotland and to the United Kingdom. I hope that you'll be very happy here in this city of Glasgow. I hope that you'll come to embrace this special place. You join us today now as part of a community of students and staff from over 140 countries. Now, after more Zoom meetings than I'd care to count, it's great to be able to be here in the Butte Hall as well. I'm sure it is for those of you representing the student bodies. I think I'd like to offer a very warm welcome also to those of you who are tuning in from home and those of you who are beginning your studies online and planning to join us later this year. Firstly, let me congratulate you all on becoming students of this great university. This is an institution with a 570-year history. It's one of the top 100 universities in the world. We like to think of Glasgow as the world-changing university. We're home to colleagues at the forefront of their fields and leading truly world-changing research. And the fact that you've made it here and that you'll be rubbing shoulders with them, I think is testament to your abilities and to your world-changing potential. I know that these past 18 months have been incredibly challenging for you all. In one way or another, all of you have had plans thwarted, interrupted by the pandemic. And for some of our community, the impact has been profound and deeply sad. Here in Scotland, some restrictions have been lifted and we are gradually beginning to enjoy a sense of normality that I know will have been so greatly missed by all of you. However, it's important for me to stress at this point that we are taking necessary measures to ensure that all of you and our wider community are kept safe. We will have on-campus activities. It's great to hear the noise from outside as we're gathered here. And I'm sure by now you'll be familiar with the wealth of information that the university has communicated on how to stay safe on campus, in residences, and when you're about in the city. However, I wanted to briefly touch on a couple of important points. Firstly, in line with Scottish Government guidance, we are asking students to wear face coverings whilst on campus, when moving around in buildings, outside in congested areas, in study spaces, in classrooms. We're also asking students to make use of the free lateral flow testing devices available to be collected from pharmacies or ordered online. And over the coming weeks, we'll also be offering lateral flow kits on our campuses for both staff and students, and we'll be operating pickup points on campus. And we've also been working closely with the local health service and Public Health Scotland, as you've probably seen this morning already, to offer pop-up vaccination centres on campus and in some of our student hall of residences. And further information on all these measures is available on our university's coronavirus web pages. We've made so much progress so far, and letting our guard down will have serious implications, so I really trust you to exercise your responsibilities judiciously. We know that COVID will thrive if we give it the opportunity to. However, now on a much more positive note, what a week you have to look forward to. Thanks to the outstanding efforts of the SRC and the student bodies, we have over 300 clubs and societies Freshers Week happening here. It's going ahead, and all of our student presidents will speak in a moment about the detail shortly. There will be a mix of online and on-campus activities that will provide a fantastic opportunity to meet and make new friends from all over the world. And I really encourage you to get involved and to make the most of it. Ultimately, the connections that you'll make during your time at the university will last a lifetime. The knowledge that you'll gain, the friends that you'll meet, the experiences that you will enjoy, these are what will shape you and will give you your university experience. At Glasgow, we pride ourselves on being inclusive and a welcoming community, a place where diversity and difference are embraced and valued. And I want to say this to each and every one of you. No matter where you're from, as part of Team UofG, you will never be alone. At all times, our wide range of student support services are here to help. Please approach them if you require support, if you require advice, or you have any questions that you want answered. They are here to help you and to help you join our community. And it is this community aspect that I'd like to focus on in closing my remarks. In this city, we have a phrase, and in fact you will have seen it painted on some sides of buildings in Glasgow, that people make Glasgow. And in all the years that I've been principal now at UofG, I can say that this is without a doubt true. In my experience, the people you will meet here at the University of Glasgow embody everything about this phrase. Our students are welcoming, they are compassionate, and they make such an important contribution to the city and to society. Back in March 2020, when the pandemic first hit, your peers at this university made an immediate, telling and hugely significant contribution to the fight against COVID-19. Medical students applied to graduate early so that they could support the NHS frontline. Students posted cards through doors across the city offering to help the vulnerable and self-isolating with food and medicine deliveries. Our students supported the elderly to feel less lonely. They made food parcels for the homeless, and they designed innovative solutions to combat PPE shortages. Whether it was supporting the groundbreaking team at the Centre for Virus Research or the national effort being conducted via the Lighthouse Lab, our students, our community stood up and were counted. And this year too, as we look to welcome the world to Glasgow for COP26 in November, we've been reminded of the invaluable contribution that our students are making to tackle the climate emergency. From signing up to volunteer for COP26 and supporting the work of the University's Centre for Sustainable Solutions, to organising litter picking and helping with conservation efforts across Glasgow and beyond, our students are making a positive effort and a positive difference to society. Make no mistake, this is a world which needs your expertise, your ingenuity, your passion. At times of global crisis, you have an opportunity to change the world for the better, to be genuine world changers. So you join us at an exciting time for Glasgow this year, not only with COP26, but here on campus too. Soon you will hear from our new Rector, Lady Ray, and you'll have the opportunity to enjoy our campus, our brand new buildings too, such as the James McCune Smith Learning Hub. So make the most of this exciting time. This is an important week. Enjoy it, reach out, make connections, get a feel for your course. The university has done and will continue to do all that we can to ensure that you have the best, most complete experience possible. We're delighted that you've chosen to study with us at the University of Glasgow. I wish you every success whilst you study here. Students today, world changes tomorrow. That's the goal, and I know you're up to it. Congratulations once again. Thank you, good luck, and stay safe.
Thank you so much for that, Anton. Next up, we have the Chaplain, Carolyn Kelly. A recent addition to the UofG family, Carolyn leads the university's multi-faith chaplaincy, which is open to UofG students of varying faiths and beliefs. I'd like to please welcome Carolyn to the stage.
Thank you, Sam, and thank you for your warm welcome. It's great to be with you. I'm Carolyn Kelly, as Sam has said, and I arrived last year to take up this job right in the midst of the pandemic, so it's been a bit of a bumpy ride. But it's really fantastic to be with you again this year, and for the new students gathering online and around and about. So I suspect a good number of you have very little idea what being a chaplain or chaplaincy means. I won't give you a great lecture about that, you'll be glad to know. But it's part of the founding fabric of this university. And since it was opened by the church in 1451, over 500 years ago, to educate young men, mainly for the service of the church. And of course, things have changed a bit since then. At least half of you are not young men, and a very few of you will have the service of the church in your career plan, I suspect. But nevertheless, there are aspects of that founding vision which I just want to touch on today, and they still hold true. Because whilst the world-changing opportunities and challenges facing those young people over 500 years ago were very different to the ones you're facing today, indeed, our world is so very much more complex and perhaps chaotic. Nevertheless, their aspirations and what they were seeking to be and to do still have some connection to what you're doing here today. And what the university offered to them and what this institution of learning and of community and of fun and of service, what it meant in the world they inhabited, has some resemblance to today. A hint of this is in the old university prayer, which has nearly been chucked out a few times, I understand, and I get to read that in Latin at a number of the university events. Things like the installation of the Chancellor and the commemoration services and the graduations, which I hope to be at in some stage in the future in person. But that old prayer has a lovely line in it, and it starts off, "Eternal God, we offer you most grateful thanks for having guided us from a rough and rustic existence to pursue the liberal arts and knowledge of the sciences. Well, we probably wouldn't describe your life as rough and rustic, but there's a shift that's captured there nevertheless. A shift that many of you have experienced in the shift bodily to moving to live in Glasgow, to study here. But it's also a shift in focus as you start on your studies or embark on another academic year. For those earlier generations of undergraduates, that was a shift not only of their physical selves, but of their mind and their heart and their orientation. It was a shift in their community. It was a shift in their aspirations as to what they wanted to be and do in the world. It was not just head knowledge or gaining skills to earn money and live, or personal advancement, as important as all of those are. It was also the laying down of a former life, taking up of another. It was a dedication to learn that opened up new paths and opportunities. It shone fresh light on what it means to be human, what it meant to be human. And so it was framed in a prayer all those years ago, which we recite at each important event here. But it was a prayer that, perhaps if you're not the praying type, it still opens to a sense of aspiration or a vision that your studies, that your life here, that your community, and even the fun you have will also build meaning. And yes, being a world changer and contributing to that is one thing. Being part of a community and of clubs and all of the things that you do, that's another, a really important aspect of the life here that Anton's picked up on, that Sam and others will touch on. But I guess what I'm offering today too is to remember that inner change, that inner turn, that inner aspiration. It's a reminder of those ancient words that we can allow ourselves to be changed in our inner being as well, to open our minds and hearts to seek justice, to recognise truthfulness, to act mercifully to one another. And don't we need that more in spades now? Because we've all been through a really rough 18 months and there may be some challenges to come. So let's support one another in that. And I hope the chaplaincy and others in student services will be able to meet with you, support you in that, and you'll do that with one another as well. So I look forward to seeing you in person sometime. Come and check out the lovely Memorial Chapel at some point, and I look forward to saying hello. God be with you all in this new year. Thank you.
Touching words right there. Thank you very much, Carolyn. Next up, we have our newly elected rector. The rector is a role that has been here at the University of Glasgow since 1648. The role has been to represent the views of the students to the higher-ups in the institution. Previous rectors have included Edward Snowden, Charles Kennedy, and Ross Kemp. So right here, I would love to introduce our newly elected, the Honourable Lady Rita Ray.
Gosh, this is nerve-wracking. I think I'd rather be addressing a jury than addressing all of you. But at least, well, please be kind. Good afternoon to you all, and it's been a very long time indeed, as you can probably see from the grey hairs, since I attended any freshers' events. I'm not going to tell you what went on at those. I don't want to encourage bad behaviour. The first thing I want to do, I don't think actually I need to encourage bad behaviour, but there we are. The first thing I want to do is to echo what has been said already, and that is a personal welcome to all of you to Glasgow University. And well done for achieving entry to this prestigious institution, especially in such difficult times, which I'm not going to dwell upon. This is about looking forward to new and exciting experiences, not looking back at a very tough and time and uncertain 18 months. You've now reached a very important milestone in your lives. So many congratulations are in order to all of you. I imagine that many, if not all, are new to Glasgow University. Well, as you may know, so am I. And it is and will continue to be a steep learning curve for me, although I don't get to graduate at the end of the tenure. So I'm going to rely on you all to help me in the role that I hope to fulfill. I don't know if you're aware of what the role of the Rector is, and I'm not about to go into a long lecture about that either, but in short, I'm here to represent the interests of the students to the university. And I fully appreciate that not all students will necessarily be in agreement with what their interests are. But that's for another day and another challenge. But let me say this, and I repeat something which I said at my installation, and I don't apologise for doing so, because I think it's important. I want to work with and for the students to represent those interests. I want to work with the university. I'm prepared to challenge if challenge is necessary. But if we work together, that will be the best way to achieve the most favourite outcome for all of you. I just want you to know that my door is open, so to speak, whether in person or if permitted, of course, or by email. And if I can help in any way, I shall. Or find out where you can get the assistance. But I'll not make empty promises which I can't keep. There are many resources available to you, particularly through the various student bodies, with whom I hope to work closely. So make use of those resources if you need to. Please communicate freely with me. If you see me on campus, introduce yourselves. Say hello. I'm happy to speak to you. We all appreciate that there will be some continuing restrictions in place because of the current situation, but as you will appreciate, that this is all, of course, subject to government regulation and guidance or advice, all of which can change without much notice, dependent on the current situation. Be assured, everyone at the university wants to facilitate a worthwhile, productive, interesting, and hopefully a happy experience for you all. Make the best of it, but importantly, please enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rita. I guess now it's time for a little interlude. GUST, our student television network here at the university, every year do a Freshers Guide, introducing you to the 4 student bodies. I'm very excited to see what they've seen of me. Apparently, I have a very long blooper roll, so I hope GUST have that ready up to go. Yeah, that's me. But
the University of Glasgow was founded in 1451 and holds 4 unions, 1 gym, over 30,000 students, and endless possibilities. Anything and everything can be found around campus. Our library is open throughout the year with a massive computers, printers, and a cafe. We have an on-campus medical practice inside our Fraser building, which also hosts a bookstore and a student services inquiry area. Our new James McCune Smith Learning Hub opened this year, kitted out with study and lecture space. But enough about the university. Let's see what some of our world changers are getting up to today.
We're getting the gang back together. Meet me at our spot.
Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. Oh, I know. There may be.
What's up? Well, I got a letter and a bag at my door this morning.
Well, what's in the bag?
I don't know, it was padlocked. It reads that each union has a clue and that the clues hold the answers to the combinations. I'll read the letter. The University of Glasgow has many wonders to show. Enclosed a clue for each union, you must work in unison. If you follow this letter to a T, you could find something that'll make you very happy. 1. Count on the council. 2. You get what you give. 3. Walk the extra mile. 4. Picture this cost. Signed, a friend.
I'll take the Stevenson building because obviously I'm the most physically fit.
And, well, I can take the unions because, I do like to party.
And I'll take the SRC as someone needs to be sensible.
We're going to dance. We're going to dance. We're going to dance and have some fun.
Dig.
Hi, I'm Ella, the SRC president this year. Is there anything I can help you with?
Oh, hi. Me and my friends had this code to crack, but I think I need some information from the SRC to solve it.
Okay, so the Student Representative Council is an independent, student-led organisation. We're here to make sure that students receive all the support that they need and basically have an amazing time while they're at the university. We are run by an elected council, full-time staff members and our 4 sabbatical officers.
A council? That rings a bell. Can you tell me more about it?
So anyone enrolled at the university can run for the council, where we take on academic reps. I think there are 47 members.
There was a clue. Count on the council. It must be that number. Thanks for the help with the mystery, but would I be able to stay and learn more about what the SRC does?
Of course, if you ever need a hand with anything, you can always come in to the SRC Welcome Point and they'll be able to help you out.
Thank you so much. I feel much more confident about starting a new chapter as a student already.
Watch out.
The depth of who the groove moves to, the end loop. We're going through 1 year's who.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't see that. I'm Margaret.
Oh, I'm Mia. I'm Vice President Education here at the SLC.
Oh, so what do you do?
Oh, so I represent you and all students in all matters related to learning and teaching. I look after my academic reps, and on top of that, I sit on loads of different committees all to do with education. Would you like a tour?
I'd love to.
Let's go!
Let's start small but important with our printers. You can use them to print, and we even have a binding service for dissertations, which can be really helpful. Upstairs you'll find the second-hand bookshop where you can buy affordable textbooks.
It's amazing. Thank you so much for showing me around. I think I actually need this book for my course.
Oh, that's no problem. I'm actually pretty sure that our VPSA Sam is somewhere around the building. He'll be able to tell you all about the different activities we have here on campus. If you want, you can just sit and read and relax for a little bit.
Thank you, much appreciated.
Oh, no worries.
Follow her to shoot, baby, just sing about the groove.
How's it going? You right there?
Oh, I'm alright, I'm just getting started in a bit of coursework early.
Well, your degree's important, but so are the activities you do at uni. I'm Sam. I'm this year's SRC Vice President of Student Activities.
Oh, Margaret.
Nice to meet you.
That's fantastic. So, what kind of things can I do here?
Well, there's lots of activities on campus. We have over 300 affiliated clubs and societies, and I'm sure there'll be 1 or 2 you'd love to join.
I don't know how to pick just one.
Well, we also have volunteering opportunities. You can go on the website on GU Volunteering, have a look around, see what you kind of fancy.
What would you recommend?
Well, I'd recommend, the student media.
What's student media?
So we have 4 different media outlets: Glasgow Guardian, Glasgow University Magazine, Subcity Radio, and GUSA, our own student TV station.
This sounds like a lot of fun. I'm sure I'll find a lot of amazing opportunities to get involved in.
You sure will.
Well, see you around campus.
See you around.
Hey
there, welcome to QMU. I'm the president. How can I help you?
Hi, we're trying to solve this mystery, but I can't remember the clue.
I don't know anything about mystery, but maybe if we have a look around, it'll jog your memory. Let me give you a tour.
Thank you.
Venue is the heart of QMU. We've hosted live bands such as Nirvana and Queen, and live bands play here to this day throughout the year. We could also occasionally use this as a space for our student theatre societies such as STAG, and we even had pole dancing.
So I guess there is something for everyone.
We like to consider ourselves a space for everyone. QMU was originally founded for women, providing an environment for them to be leaders in activities such as leading the union, but also campaigning or debating and such.
This is all pretty cool, but it's not jogging my memory at all.
Yeah, let's try another room. I'll take you upstairs.
So, what's up next?
Well, if you like mysteries, I think you'll love the games room. This is the games room, where students love to come, kick back, grab a pint, and have a laugh. The social committee are responsible for organizing a range of nighttime and daytime events, and we also run 2 big weekly quizzes, the big Wednesday night quiz and the Friday music quiz.
That's pretty cool. What else is on this floor?
We have the bar where we hold slam poetry, film screenings, and smaller gigs.
Oh, I can't wait to come here with my friends, but on the other hand, I won't be doing anything if I can't solve this mystery.
Maybe you're having trouble thinking on an empty stomach? Let me take you to the bistro.
This sounds like a really nice place for students.
We really care about making a space for students to come eat and unwind. You're just able to come in here on a cold day and get a hot meal that fills you up. The bistro here is open Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m.
I noticed there were other rooms in the building. Did you host any other events?
So upstairs are our meeting rooms. They are mostly used for the union execs and committees.
You mentioned committees. How many are there?
So QMU has 6 committees. First of all, we've got the social and event committee. Then we have the publications committee, the charity and campaigns committee, tech committee. Last but not least, we've got our mental health and welfare committee.
Clear that many people work so hard to make this a nice place.
Our committees really do work so hard. You really get what you give.
That jogs my memory. To clue, you get what you give. It must be referring to the committees. It's 6.
Wait, oh, you were paying!
Hi, is this the Stevenson building?
Yes, it is, or the Stevie as we like to call it. It's one of our sports hubs here. We also have our Glasgow Sports Complex, which is about a 10-minute drive up the road.
Cool, I'm trying to find the clue to a mystery. Can I just come in and look around, or do you need a membership?
Yeah, of course. We offer student memberships, which allow you to join one of our 51 sports clubs here and use the gym whenever you'd like. And if you live in student accommodation this year, you get it for free. But I can give you a tour just now.
Great,
cool, let's go. We have all kinds of clubs you can join, from football and hockey to skydiving, potholing and golf. We also have a swimming pool, sauna and a steam room which you can use at any time. Now let me show you the gym. This is our power play floor, which is our weights floor.
Wow, this is amazing.
Let me show you some more.
Oh, I'm not fit enough for this. Can I still join?
Of course. All of our sports clubs are open to all levels. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, you can join up. And you can come and use the gym with your membership at any time you want. We also have some really fun fitness classes that you can book and an app where all the virtual classes are. And if that sounds a little bit too daunting still, all of our sports clubs offer really great social sides as well.
That sounds great. Wait, I forgot why I was here. The clue said walk the extra mile. Any ideas where I could find this?
I think I might have one idea. Follow me. Now let me show you the rest of the gym. Welcome to Pulse, our cardio suite.
Walk the extra mile. A mile? One. I think that's it.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Wait, does that mean I have to walk a whole mile now?
Nah, I think you've done enough exercise today already.
Yeah. Thanks for helping me find the clue. I had lots of fun too. I'll definitely join GUSA. How can I do that?
Make sure you head down to our sports fair on Monday the 13th of September, where you can meet all of our 51 clubs and learn a little bit more. It's held in the quads of the main building. And if you're looking for your gym membership, you can go online to UofG Sport or head down to the TV and talk to us.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.
Thank you. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm looking for some information about the GUU. Me and my friends have this code to crack, and I think I might find my answer soon.
Yes, sure. Hi, I'm Amy. I'm the president of GUU, so I should be able to help. Have you been here before?
No, it's my first time.
No worries, I'll give you the full tour. We were founded in 1885 and we're run by an elected board of representatives. The GUU holds a variety of room for as many purposes as you can imagine. We have our debates chamber, reading room, union kitchen, billiards room, the well, beer bar, and of course, a hive.
Whoa, that's a lot. Maybe you can give me a breakdown of what each area is for.
Yeah, of course. So this is our debates chamber. We host all kinds of things in here. We've done Kayleys, fight nights. It's also used for debating, of course, by a debate society who are 5-time world champions. We were actually founded by the Dialectic Society, GUSA and Medship.
So it's not all partying and wellness.
No. On the more creative side of things, we host open mic nights and we also have our own magazine called GU.
That's great, but what if I do want to let loose and have some fun?
That's no issue. We definitely have more fun. So we've got karaoke and bass bar, we've got plenty of drinks and music and well, and you can always come for a pint after classes in BFR. We also host a whole bunch of events during Freshers Week.
What if I'm not a fresher?
No worries. We've got Thursday and Saturday hive nights that go on throughout the year, and beer bar's open 7 days a week, and that's open to all of our members.
This is great, but I'm kind of nervous about staying safe.
Totally understand. But we always have student board members who are available and on hand in the building, so just ask for them.
This has all been great. I've completely forgotten why I'm here in the first place. The clue. Picture this cost.
It's probably referring to our pictures of fun.
Pictures? I thought they were pints.
Well, we do pints, but they now also come in picture form, so those are 2 pints of fun, and you can mix and match different flavour combinations.
Great, where can I get them from? How much are they?
Any bar, and they are £11.
11. Thank you so much. I'll see you later. Oh my god, where is she? Not so far, are you?
Hey, they put me through my paces. Let's see what's in this thing. Okay.
SRC, QMU, GUSA, GUU.
Nothing will keep us together. We can beat them forever and ever. Oh, we can be heroes.
Gust.
What
that?
I think it might be our next adventure.
Well, I looked alright in that, didn't I? Honestly, Gus, please release the blooper reel. It's probably going to be at least 10 minutes. Thank you. Yeah, just a note from the SRC side, we couldn't have our VP student support on there, Eva Simmons. Look out for an updated version in the next week or two, featuring her and all of us 4 SABs, lovely, all together. Well, now I guess, well, before I go to that actually, Gust will actually be going around during Freshers Week, keeping you up to date with all the events that are going on, and yeah, we'll just be, you'll probably see a few cameras here and there. Don't be afraid of them, they're just out there to see what we're doing. Well, I guess now we can bring up the presidents of the 4 student bodies here at Glasgow. Like I've said, it's unique to have 4 different student bodies all working together. But first, I think we should make some noise for my line manager, my president, the one and only president of the SRC, Ella McCabe.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Welcome Address. I firstly want to really apologise for that performance. I think we can rule out acting from my future. Just to introduce myself, I'm Ella and I'm this year's President of the Students' Representative Council. I just want to start off by saying how nice it is to see people in the hall again. Last year the speakers looked under a crowd of about 15 people, and unlucky for them, one of them was me, so that was a bit of a sorry sight. I'm so glad to see that we're moving, albeit in small steps, back to the in-person delivery that the dress is notorious for. This is meant to be our opportunity to show you what your time at university can offer and what you've got to look forward to. I am therefore really glad that there are a few more of us here to deliver the warm welcome that we've been looking forward to giving you all. So you're starting university, maybe you're joining us online because you haven't made it here yet. Maybe you're from Glasgow and already feel ready to jump into the week and the year. Or maybe you arrived yesterday and can't quite wrap your head around the fact that you're here and are about to embark on this crazy journey. No matter where you are or how you're feeling right now, there's really no right way to start this journey. It's an equally exciting time for each and every one of you. And whether you're a student parent, carer, a home student, or someone who's just left school. If I could give you one bit of advice for the start, it would be to not put too much pressure or too many expectations on what to think these next few weeks will look like. It will honestly be different for everyone, and there's no need to compare your experience with anyone else or do anything just because you think it's what you're meant to be doing. People come with an idea of what they think their Welcome or Freshers Week will look like. Maybe you think you have to go on every night out so that you'll have found your best friends by the end of it. Or maybe you're picturing going on some of the events and being the only person who's come on their own. This is a time to do what you want to do. Go to that event, even if you don't know anybody yet. Everyone is in the same boat, and everyone's really just trying to find their feet, so you'll find that people are really keen to navigate all of this together. Equally, take a night off if you want to. You're not going to miss out on anything major if you take a break every now and then, and you'll probably thank yourself for it when you're enjoying the next night so much more. If you're not here in person yet, get involved with all the online activities. People are in the same boat as you, and it's a great feeling to know that you've met people before you've even arrived. While this should be an exciting time, I completely recognise it can also be an incredibly daunting and overwhelming one for people too. Firstly, if you're feeling this way, you're definitely not alone. Enough time has passed that I can now admit that in my own first year, after basically shoving my mum out the door of my Murano flat so that I could get settled in, I was then on the phone at 2 a.m. only 2 days later in floods of tears, for no other reason except I missed home. You'll have a lot of information thrown at you in the next couple of weeks, and it'll definitely be hard to absorb it all. If I can give you anything to try and take away from today, though, it's knowing where you can turn if you need help with anything along the way. The SRC are always there to help you where we can, whether it's taking forward issues or giving you advice through our advice centre, or even just pointing you in the direction of further support. For some, university isn't always a smooth journey the whole way through, so remember, if there are bumps in the road, don't be afraid to ask for help, and we'll be there to help and make your time at university the best that it can be. Another important thing to say is, get involved. Everyone is here to get a degree, but often it's everything that comes around that which can make university life a changing experience. You might have been head girl at school and already got involved with everything you could think of, or that might never have been your thing and you have no idea if you want to join or take part in anything outside of your course. What I will say is uni is a fresh start, a new you, and there's now a million opportunities in front of you if you want them. The SRC has over 300 affiliated clubs and societies, a volunteering service, as well as the student council to get involved with. I changed from someone who never really put themselves out there at school to someone who tried out a bunch of societies, joined the committee of tennis club, applied to be a freshers helper, and eventually ran for SRC sabbatical positions, the second of which put me here as your SRC president. I even spent time on the board of GUU before the SRC. And wore a green t-shirt for years, which, if nothing else, should show that there's really no limit to the range of different things that you can get involved with. I'd be surprised if by now you haven't heard something about being a world changer, and while I'm excited for you to find out who you are at the other side of this journey, I'm equally excited for you to discover how the university and all of its opportunities will change your world. Try everything, put yourself out there, laugh and make friends, and even throw some work in there every once in a while. Welcome to the University of Glasgow from the SRC. Now go and make the most of it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ella. Now, going on to the president of the Glasgow University Sports Association. Where's your energy? Where was the energy? I'd like to welcome. All right. I'd like to welcome onto the stage the president of the Glasgow University Sports Association, Jessica Woodcock.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Glasgow. My name is Jess Woodcock, and it is with the utmost pride. Thank you. It is with the utmost pride that I humbly address you here today as the president of your sports association, or as we like to call it, GUSA. 5 years ago, I was sitting in this very same gallery as a nervous but excited fresher. And although you may not be sitting in front of me now, I hope that the same energy and atmosphere that excited and welcomed me to Glasgow 5 years ago is back here with you today. It's been a very difficult and odd time for us all recently. I don't think any of us could have predicted the past year and a half, but I applaud each and every one of you here, whether you're watching this address in person, via live stream, or anywhere in the world. It's always nerve-wracking coming to university, and your bravery in choosing to come to our university during these odd times is truly awe-inspiring. So wherever you're watching from, I hope you're feeling the exact same set of emotions I once did while watching the same address 5 years ago. Excited, inspired, and already proud to belong to Glasgow, if not with a little dash of nerves thrown in on the side. It was this moment that has stayed with me throughout my university career and prompted me to throw myself into university life as a fresher. Regardless of whatever those feelings of belonging or pride, even if they have not hit you yet, I have no doubt that each and every one of you will find where you belong at the University of Glasgow. And who knows, maybe one day you might even have the honour of standing up here to deliver this speech on behalf of GUSA. So, what is GUSA? GUSA is the oldest student body on campus, founded 140 years ago. We are a group of 12 annually elected students who represent all students involved in sport and physical activity at the University of Glasgow. We represent over 11,000 members, and together in partnership with the University of Glasgow Sport, we oversee and deliver all sporting activity on campus. GUSA has something for everyone, with over 50 sports clubs ranging from extreme sports to martial arts, individual sports to competitive team sports, and everything in between. There's certainly a club for you. All of our clubs are extremely welcoming and inclusive, catering from all levels, from beginners right through to performance-level athletes. If you don't think club sport is your thing, GUSA and University Sport also offer an extensive recreational program with recreational leagues, drop-ins, and over 50 exercise classes per week. So if you just fancy a five-a-side with friends or a quick exercise class in between lectures, then we have you covered. We have two incredible sporting hubs at Glasgow. Our wonderful on-campus gym, the Stevenson Building, also known as the Stevie. The Stevie is an incredible facility that is home to both Pulse, our cardio floor, and Power Play, our free weights and functional training floor. We also have 2 squash courts, a sauna, steam room, swimming pool, Revolve, our indoor cycling studio, and so much more. Over near Wolfson Halls, we have our outdoor facility, the Gars Cube Sports Complex. At the Cube, there are synthetic pitches, grass pitches, tennis courts, as well as smaller indoor studios for additional fitness classes. If you're a student living in halls, you are eligible for an accommodation membership. This means that your sport membership is included in your accommodation package. All you have to do now is head on to UofG Sport online or down to the Stevie and sign up. If you are not living in halls, don't worry. A sports membership is only £144 for 12 months, or if you're only here for 1 semester, £85 will cover you. We also have our UofG Sport app, which allows you to access a range of on-demand and live fitness classes for free. If you're looking to get a tour of the Stevie, you can also book your free welcome visit through the app. GUSA also runs a number of welfare projects, such as the Active Buddy system that supports students in getting physically active. We also work in partnership with the Linda Tremble Foundation to provide support for students battling eating disorders. With all these initiatives, there are a huge number of opportunities to get involved with. Volunteering at GUSA at any level, from running for a club committee to being an active buddy, joining our events or welfare team, or maybe even becoming a GUSA fresher helper yourself, like all these wonderful sporty people in yellow, is a great thing to get involved in. But why should you get involved with sport at university? Well, studies have consistently shown that not only does using the gym or playing sport increase physical and mental well-being, getting involved with sport also increases your employability. Getting involved with sport at university can really benefit you by developing essential life skills such as teamworking, communication, leadership, and most importantly, confidence. On top of that, being involved in sport at university will give you an incredible sense of community and belonging. It's just a great way to make friends. This week, GUSA has a number of events on to introduce you to university sport. The first thing I would recommend doing is coming down to our sports fair today in the quadrangle and cloisters area of the main building. All you have to do is purchase a free ticket online at our official UofG Welcome website. You'll find all of GUSA's 51 clubs here, plus some more unaffiliated clubs, so make sure you come down and chat to the club members and sign up for their taster sessions to trial them out. Our main taster session program will begin on Thursday and run to Sunday, with a few clubs extending into this semester. These are open to all abilities, so I recommend you try out as many as you can. And don't worry if you can't physically head down to our sports fair, you can meet some of our clubs virtually online in our digital welcome fair. You'll find this on the UofG Welcome website as well. GUSA is all about Sport Wednesdays. This week, we have an exciting new event the Festival of Sport up at our Garsu complex. This will be a fun-filled sports festival, complete with activities such as bubble football, tag archery, tug of war, and even a water slide. Oh, and did I forget to mention music, freebies, and prizes to be won? With free transport, shuttles from campus and halls, all you have to do is purchase your free ticket online at our UofG Welcome website. And if your sports thirst isn't quenched enough, make sure to head down to the GUU for 6 p.m. onwards for our big GUSA fight night, with fights from our boxing, Muay Thai, and Taekwondo clubs, followed by our official after party at GUU's Hive. There's plenty to cheer for. To find out more about anything to do with our events, volunteering opportunities, or GUSA, please do speak to the lovely people in the yellow t-shirts, as they are GUSA's 2021 Fresher Helpers and are here to take any questions you have or help you in any way. If you're looking for any more information virtually, you can also follow and stay up to date with us on our social medias. Just search Glasgow University Sports Association on Facebook and GUSAgram on Instagram. Since I sat here 5 years ago, I have had the most incredible time at this university, and I will be eternally grateful to Glasgow for my experience. A huge part of this has been down to GUSA. For me, sport changed my life. It gave me the chance to make lifelong friends. It helped me develop confidence and transferable skills, which thrust me to attaining a degree from one of the world's leading universities, all the while also allowing me to experience both winning and losing and becoming a better person for it. There is so much more than just playing a sport. There is so much growth to be had within sport. Whether you want to try new things, meet new people, travel to new places, take on new challenges, and even achieve new goals, sport will change your life for the better. At GUSA, you will meet the type of person who will drop everything to answer your questions and get you to where you need to be, so don't be afraid to engage with us and our helpers. Your time at Glasgow, and frankly the rest of your life, can and will be whatever you make it. Make sure you seize each and every moment and opportunity that comes your way. If there's anything we can learn from this past year and a half, it's that we can never predict what comes around the corner. The University of Glasgow creates world changers, so don't be afraid to leave your mark on history. I hope you will have a fantastic welcome week and a fantastic time throughout your studies. I look forward to meeting you all over this week and the coming year. Please feel free to drop me an email or stop me in the streets if I can help you with anything. I found a home in GUSA, surrounded by people in black and gold, and I really hope you can find your home with us too. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jess. And now I'd like to move on to the two presidents of the university's student unions. Both have their own. I made you wait there. Both are unique in their own sense. We've got the QMU and we've got the GUU. The QMU known for their live events and GUU known for their debates and for their weekly Thursday nights. Now I'd like to bring on the president of the QMU, Susanna Zali. Welcome.
First and foremost, welcome to the University of Glasgow and massive congratulations. If you're watching this today, it's most likely because you're about to start a life-changing experience in a world-class campus. Sitting in this very hall 4 years ago, I remember not having one single idea what to expect from a university experience, but intensely craving community, belonging, creative expression, and new means to build myself. I was lucky enough that through Queen Margaret Union, I found all of that in one place. I came to be involved in QMU well into my second year, very unfamiliar with the union's lifestyle and just trying to get a spot in Communicate, our beloved student magazine produced by the Publications Committee. Committee meetings eventually turned into board meetings when I became a convener, and now, as president, I chair them. But my experience at QMU was so much more than the formality of my roles.
From the very start of my journey here, I quickly saw reflected in QMU the absolute best attributes of this beautiful, complex city you've all chosen as your home for the next few years. Diverse, vibrant, creative, and boundary-breaking from its birth, I immediately knew Queen Margaret Union was like no other place on campus. From the moment I first got to know it, I realized the uniqueness of our union derives from so many different people with different interests and aims coming together into a strong community and lending their passion to an incredibly varied range of committees, activities, and projects. I've already mentioned the Publications Committee and their brilliant communique, but I could never let the Charity and Campaigns Committee with their incredible fundraising projects go unmentioned. They were also notably the first to introduce free menstruation products for all in the UK. The heart of event planning in QMU are the events and social committees with their iconic weekly quizzes, club nights, and yearly celebration events like Halloween or Paddy's Day. The Tech Committee are the turning cogs between all our events. They offer invaluable experience with operating sound and light equipment, while our newest Mental Health and Welfare Committee, Elephant in the Room, campaign tirelessly to provide better mental health support and resources for students. The identity of QMU is something I immediately became fascinated by. An organization so steeped in history, we pride ourselves on being the first union on campus to create a space for women to be leaders, campaigners, debaters, and so much more. Those brilliant girls who created a strong community for themselves in such adverse circumstances paved the way for all of us who walk its halls today. The activist spirit of QMU lived on through the centuries, and we have kept it alive through this day through trailblazing initiatives like introducing the first gender-neutral toilets on campus and our incredible free menstrual product service. And that's not counting our tireless campaigning for essential causes, from arts advancement to sustainability to equality in music. Speaking of, if you're a lover of live music, then you'll find your place here. The history of QMU as a music venue shines with world-class icons like Nirvana and Queen in the 80s and 90s, and continued unfaltering in recent times, with us hosting up-and-coming stars like Troye Sivan, Charlie XCX, Snow Patrol, and Clairo. After such a rough year for the live music industry and all entertainers in general, our biggest plans for the upcoming year will feature a shining lineup of local and international artists to bring back the vibrant live music identity that had made a rise to fame decades ago and still thrives to this day. So at the end of the day, I know for a fact when the next year is finished, I'll look back at my experience at QMU and cherish the chaotic fun of Freshers Week, the experience I acquired and the aims I've accomplished. But more than anything, I will forever carry with me the amazing, resilient, kind, and brilliant people I have met through this union and that I'm lucky enough to be surrounded by every day. And it is precisely these beautiful friends that QMU brought into my life that made me so proud to be standing here today to represent it, even if it means I have to wear this very warm robe. Finally, if there's one piece of advice I want to leave with all of you today, it's to make sure that you find your home in this campus. I have traveled far to study here, and I understand the importance of creating a family for yourself away from home. I can't recommend enough that you get out there on this campus, look around, find out what you want from this experience and from yourself, and find your place here. Be it with ourselves, with GUSA, SRC, or those lovely green fellows down the road who have teamed up with us to organize the best Freshers Week ever for you. And whatever you do, never forget there's so many people on this campus who come together with one aim, to make sure your experience here is unforgettable. Now, enough with the sentimental stuff. Get out, make new pals, have a blast, come have a boogie with us at the QMU this week, and start the coolest and maddest 4 years of your life. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Susanna. And now I'd like to bring on the president of the Glasgow University Union. I sat in this hall 2 years ago, right up there, in a green t-shirt, and then now I get to bring her on stage, the president of the Glasgow University Union, Amy Briggs.
Hello. Love you too. My name's Amy, and I'm the president of Glasgow University Union, or the GUU. That lovely bunch in the green tops is my responsibility, and we'll be throwing the most epic Freshers Week in the big building at the bottom of the hill. Firstly, welcome to, or welcome back to Glasgow. You've got here by working incredibly hard and battled through some, cue the OV's phrase, unprecedented times to get here. You fully deserve to be here, and you deserve to have the most amazing Freshers Week, which is where we come in. We've been closed for the last 18 months, and it's been absolutely devastating to see our big building empty and not full of students as it normally is. So it's been the biggest honour and the biggest pleasure to be able to reopen for this Freshers Week and see people once again in our building having fun, making friends, and drinking a whole lot of VKs. Over the next 6 days, we have jam-packed days full of pub quizzes, debates, dodgeball, vintage fairs, a magazine launch party, and so much more. Once the nighttime comes, the fun doesn't end, and you can go from playing pool in our billiards hall to singing your heart out in the karaoke, something by the sound of my voice I'm definitely guilty of, to finishing your night giving it beans in one of our 2 nightclubs, Well or Hive. I promise you that you will not be bored this week. There's so much going on. That's so long as you avoid the SRC campus tours. Sorry. Onwards from Freshers Week. Onwards from Freshers Week, we have so much on and the fun does not stop again. Our 4 standing committees, debates, libraries, ENTs and games run our weekly events and make sure our building is constantly buzzing with students, making new friends, having fun and having life-changing experiences. Our debates committee of 5-time world champions, and you can join having no debating experience and train your way up and go to amazing places for world championships like Thailand. I would honestly recommend giving it a go. It's incredible. Libraries, if you are interested in the more creative side of things, our libraries run our magazine, GU, and our academic journal, Groundings. ENTs run our weekly open mic nights and are responsible for all the entertainment we're hosting this week. From Mazioki to What Vice to the phone party tonight, that's all them. They're all brilliant. And finally, games. Games are loose and they're amazing. By getting involved in the events that they host, you have the chance to gain yourself a gold leaf spot on our walls of our beer bar. That's a pretty cool legacy to have. Founded in 1885, we've come a long, long, long way since then. And although our motto is still, we have more fun, our operations now centre around the safety, inclusion and sustainability. I implore you to get involved in any way, shape or form and sign up to our membership when it opens next week. You will find yourself in the GUU at some point during your time at university, whether it's for one of our weekly events or it's for the annual events we host, such as Paddy's Day or our 12-hour black tie ball at the end of Christmas term called Da Friday. There's a quote by the late politician and past GU president Charles Kennedy that says, "The university gives you your degree, but the union gives you your education." And he pretty much hit the nail on the head. Your time at university will give you far more knowledge than you could ever find in the pages of a textbook. So on that note, at my grand old age of 22.2 years, allow me to be a tad obnoxious and very cringy and give you the 5 lessons I've learned from my last 4 years at uni. Number 1, try something new. It's a given cliche and I can feel the eye rolls, but there's no other time in your life where you will have the opportunity to try as many clubs, societies, and options than during your time at uni. Take these chances. Squeeze all the juice out of UofG that you possibly can and reap the benefits of your newfound pastimes. Number 2, be fiercely and unequivocally passionate about the things you like. You're no longer constrained by stereotypes we faced at high school, and you don't have to fit in a box. You can like chess and techno music. You can play rugby and write poetry. Heck, you can even like the GU and the QMU. But do so with no ounce of shame. Number 3, time moves incredibly fast during your time at uni. You, of course, won't believe me when you're sat in your first 9 a.m. Friday morning lecture after a hive night, hanging out your arse. But trust me, it does. It's like that quote from Ferris Bueller's Day Off: time moves pretty fast. If we don't stop and look around, we might just miss it. Appreciate the time. Take that time to glance up from your essay when you're stressed out your nut at 2 a.m. and take it all in. One day, we will all reach the grand old age of 90, tucked up in our rocking chairs and envious of the times that we had now. So don't get too caught up in it all, and remember to stand back and appreciate it. Number 4, you can cook frozen potato waffles in the toaster. That's underrated and crucial life advice, and I wish I knew that earlier. Number 5, what makes your time at university isn't the grand old buildings that we're in today or the state-of-the-art technology. It's not that piece of paper scrawled in Latin that you get at your graduation. Heck, it's not even the Alcopop Field Club nights that you'll come to every Thursday. But it's the people you meet. Bit cringy, I know. Treat everyone you meet with kindness and respect. The most unlikely strangers will become your best friends. As the principal said, the words "people make Glasgow" really, really do ring true, and you will learn that over your next 4 years. I hope that these years are the best of your life, but I know for certainty that they will be some of your most defining. Now, to counteract the fact that I've spent these last few minutes being a bit of a wet wipe, and to remind you all that we do in fact have more fun, I'd like to invite you all after this to our iconic beer bar for a pint on me. Next week will be amazing, and you only ever get one Freshers Week, so I implore you to make the most of it in whatever way you can. Make friends, try hard, throw yourself into it, and above all else, remember that we have more fun. Thank you so much.
Now, before we continue, I won't accept any tour slander. Us at the SRC, we're hosting brilliant tours, campus tours, West End tours, subway tours. And there's more, and there's more, and there's more. We're going to be having open deck top bus sightseeing tours of the West End and the West End Glasgow this week. So it's not just campus tours. I guess now I would love to introduce our Chancellor. She couldn't be here in person, but she sent a video to us. The Chancellor is Dame Catherine Granger, who is the former Olympian, former rower, and yeah, if we get the video going up, Gust, my people's at Gust. She sent us in a, oh, there we go.
I'm Dame Catherine Granger, the Chancellor of the University of Glasgow, and it's an absolute pleasure to be speaking with you today. Now, I know you have all faced extraordinary circumstances over the last year or two. You'll have been studying and sitting exams in the most unusual of times. So I want to say firstly, and most importantly, a huge congratulations. You have achieved so much to be able to be sitting here today. So well done for everything you've done already. And secondly, I want to give you the warmest of welcomes to this wonderful university. Now, I might be completely biased, but I think you've made a truly excellent choice of coming here to study at Glasgow. It is a wonderful city and a very, very special university to be part of. And this university has just got a little bit better for having you joining the family. So thank you for choosing to come here. Now, you might be wondering, what is it that lies ahead of you? There might be nerves, there might be excitement for you. You might have worries or concerns, you might have excitement, celebration, a sense of liberation for starting off your university years. One thing I will say is that university is whatever you want to make it. It's up to you how the next few years might end up. It'll be up to you what friendships you make, what clubs or societies you join, how you want to spend your time studying, what direction you want your career to go in during your time here and beyond. And that's the most exciting thing. Your future lies ahead of you, waiting for you to dive on in. And the one thing I'd say is, I felt not a lot of pressure, but a lot of people told me in the lead up to university that these would be the best years of my life. I remember in Freshers Week going to my first ever party at university and meeting final year students there who kept saying, "You are so lucky starting out because the best years lie ahead." And I thought, how do they know? How do they know for sure these will be the best years for me? And they didn't know, and I didn't know, and I had to find out for myself. But I have to say they were right. They were wonderful years that I experienced. But I didn't really know what that would be like. Now, some of you might be sitting there knowing exactly what you want to do with your time at university, and that's great. Some of you might be sitting there thinking you have no idea really what's going to happen or what you might want to do with it. Well, that's also great. The one thing I do, whether you think you know, or whether you do know, or whether you don't know at all, keep open-minded. I had an idea when I started university what life might be like, but probably the best piece of advice I got when I started was say yes to as much as possible. Say yes to opportunities that come that you might never have thought of, that you might not know you like or be good at or enjoy. I fell into a sport at university that I hadn't really thought of before and didn't really know was going to be my thing. It turned out to be my passion, and when I graduated, I spent the next 20 years of my life as part of the British Olympic team. Now that was a route that I could not have foreseen at day one of Freshers Week, but by taking chances that came along, I met the right people, I found the right thing that really became my passion, and I was so inspired to do, and my life took a brilliant turn for the better. So I'm not saying that each and every one of you might want to or be able to or care about going to the Olympic Games. If you do, I think you'll enjoy it. But you will have something that's waiting for you at university, something you might not even know about yet, and that's the thrill of it all, finding out. So enjoy every step of the way. Take the chances that come along. Don't put pressure on yourself. Just take it all one day at a time and see what happens as you go through it. I very much look forward to seeing your futures, and I very much look forward to meeting you somewhere along the road. Enjoy.
Well, I would say thank you very much, Chaplain, but she's not here with us. I guess just a few final words from me. I'd like to thank all the helpers who have been able to fill this room. I'd like to thank the AVIT team, Gust, how's it going? And just everyone out there who's watching this. There'll be many of you that have just arrived in Glasgow. This is your first time moving away from home. You know, you've been at home, parents are very strict, you know, now you've got freedom. And just, I guess what all the other presidents have said, make the most of this week, because you only get one Freshers Week. Well, if you do a postgrad, you get a second, but it's not the true Freshers Week that you get. Try to visit as many events as you can across the 4 student bodies, because basically uni and your uni experience is what you make of it. You have to go out there and, you know, just take it by the scruff of the neck. You know, 4 years ago, I was nervous myself. I remember on the train up to Glasgow from London, I was sitting next to my mum, and I was just like, what, oh my days, like, I'm moving to Glasgow, I'm moving to Scotland, I'm moving to uni, like, away from my friends, away from the experiences I know, like I said, it was a culture shock. But here I am, 4 years later, a sabbatical officer on the SRC, and like I said as well, I'm grateful for all the opportunities I've been able to take and that I've actually been given. So I'd like to say thank you very much, and we hope to see you around campus, and enjoy the rest of Freshers Week and the rest of the year. Thank you.